the beginning of your YouTube journey, you were just videoing yourself, making vlogs, doing pickup, doing whatever, all these little things. How were you financing yourself at this point? Because obviously no money was coming in from what you were doing.
Yeah, I tried to sell some workout programs or like a confidence course, but I didn't have enough viewers really that, like, I'd put weeks or months of effort into something, I'd release it and make like $1,000, and like that's not, for, you know, weeks, months of effort doesn't, like $1,000, it's not going to work. But I had saved up some money from that software job. That was the one smart thing I did, is before I quit, I worked that to a point where like I had maybe a year of savings or something for living. Again, it wasn't like a super nice apartment, but that I was like, I can try just YouTube this year, and if it doesn't work out, I'll go back to working a software job or something. But I don't want to do that. Seems more exciting to me. It seems more like I could do something meaningful. So let's see how this year goes. But I guess as I started getting more subscribers or views, I started having companies reach out to me, and they'd pay me, I don't know, a couple grand to do like a video integration or something. And then that's when I realized, okay, well, if they're booking, you know, if they liked it and they made more money off it than they spent, and they're booking another 2 videos, well, now is the time for me to reintroduce like my own products or offerings. And then I think that naturally became like the next frontier. Because at first it was just workout programs or things like that. But then I was like, well, I've always kind of had like the aspiration of having like my own business. It's always felt cool. I don't know, it's just been something I've always wanted to do. It's always felt cool, like, oh, that's mine. So then that's when I launched. The first was the clothing brands. Obviously we have the supplement brands now, and the workout app, I guess, because I was like, I'm not going to sell these just like workout PDFs or like programs online. I want it to be more like, it can reach a broader audience. It can actually be cool and different. So I hired a development team in Germany, and actually, we don't need to get into the app, but it was built from the ground, and it does a lot of things that other apps don't do. And that's what made me like proud to put my name behind it. It's like, it's not just another workout program. Like if you can get mine or his or X or Y or Z, like they're all the same. It's like, no, it's cool. Like if you try it, trust me, you're gonna like it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like that creator side of you, right? Like start by creating the content, videoing it, editing it, sort of like offering something to the world. That's kind of what you want to do with the business. You want to create it, you want to be a part of it, and you want to offer it out to the world. Now, I always say this quote, and it's actually someone that come on the podcast that said it, but they're like, the money in your bank account always reflects the value you add to the world.
Well, that's the thing. For a while, when you don't have money, you almost look at it as like a bad thing, or like the rich people are greedy or lucky, or they're like slaving people away, or you just have. I always had this kind of a negative mindset to, and I was like, I wouldn't even want to have a car that's nicer than this basic car, or have a house that's bigger than this, because that's like, it's bad. I just had that in my mind. Like, this is bad. There's something bad about that.
I just saw Sean Strickland. He's the middleweight champion right now in UFC. He basically said exactly what you just said. Yeah. Like, and that, for me, it just seems that his mind on money is warped because he believes everyone that drives a nice car or has nice clothes is evil. And he's like, but he puts it as in like, for a man to be masculine or to be a good man, he doesn't need to drive a nice car and have nice clothes. And I agree with that entirely. But there's nothing wrong with dressing well and driving a nice car, and he's kind of demonizing it out of his own, not insecurity is the wrong word, but out of his own weird warped view on money. Like I think a lot of people that have come up hard and have struggled, they have the same opinion that money's evil, or the people that have money are evil. It's like, once you flip that mentality, I think it's like a very key moment in your life.
Well, yeah, what I realized was, if I create something and now you're willing to take your 100 euros hard-earned money, and for you see that what I'm offering is valuable enough that you're going to trade me that money for it. Well, that means I created something that is
worthwhile.
It's worthwhile for you. It makes sense for you to do it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done that. Of course, when you're like you have a personal brand, there's going to be maybe some percentage of people who like want to support you, but that's not going to keep things going, right? That might get you like some change in your pocket.
I got €2, bro. €2. Yeah. I'm amazed. But honestly, it blew my mind. I was like, some guy just sent me €2, but for what? Oh, I like the videos. Yeah, cool. Amazing.
Yes.
I never even really. It never entered my mind.
No, and that part of it's amazing. If people want us, and the fact that I know a lot of people have supported me, I'm not trying to minimize that, because that's incredible. Maybe that's what gave some of the businesses the breath they needed to even get to step 2, you know? Yeah. So I'm not trying to take away from that. Anyone who's supported anything, like, I bow down to you, like, it means the world to me. But it's just that mindset shift of like, if I create this and someone's willing to trade me their money for it, that's a positive thing, not a negative thing.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, what's now for you? What do you get like? This is again something I've struggled with from doing the UFC journey and fighting in front of 20,000 people and all these, having these highs and these lows or whatever, I now struggle quite a lot with excitement, maybe I'll use that word. Like I said, again, that €2, I know we're going on about it, but that for me was an exciting, like, wow, that's cool. And it's not got nothing to do with the money, just to do with the achievement, if you want to call it that, like the accolade. But I find it very, very, very difficult to get excited about a lot of things because I've lived a very varied life. And with you are the same. When you've had this journey through YouTube and you made all this money and you built your own house and you've done all these amazing things, like, how do you push yourself with, like, that's going to be cool? How do you find things that excite you?
That's a good question. And it's actually something I've thought about recently, because back for the first 4 years on YouTube, I would think about the YouTube video, film it, edit it, and the moment of me watching it by myself, like just in silence, or I guess the video has sound, but you know what I mean, in a quiet place, that was like such an exciting moment for me every time, seeing it all come together, that part of it's, I think that's what kept me going, but I'd just be like, fuck, I made that. Oh, that shot came out dope, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'd really enjoy it. Not that I'm completely numb to it now. Like, I'll still watch my videos and be like, that was a good video. Like, I'm excited for people to see this, but it's not the same, like, spike of achievement and emotion that it was at first. And I guess that's a battle, right? Because otherwise you can start to become a bit numb. And I felt I go through some stretches now where I do feel a bit numb to, like, why am I fucking killing myself every day? And then just like, nothing seems that cool. That's not my mindset normally, but there are the weeks where that's how it feels.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, and obviously,
it's like, what's the point of doing all this effort?
And then when you have the personal brand, obviously you've got a million subscribers, all this stuff. You get invited to all these places to do all these things. You're like,
the first few times it happens,
it's
like,
amazing.
This is the coolest thing ever. Oh my god! Oh, this guy recognized that's the coolest thing ever. And then you find yourself like, man, really, this guy's gonna come and try and talk to me right now. And it's like, this guy who's watched my videos, and he's like, that's the best thing ever. And like, but sometimes you get in a mindset of like, fuck, I can deal with this now, man. Like,
so that's what I'm saying. For me, that's a struggle. That's a real struggle to understand how to keep that on balance or on point, or to find for me now, again, like transferring from fighting into business or into personal brand or anything, like I said, those moments, those sales, you said selling courses or making those creating those things, I get more of a rush, which some people might find it crazy. I get more of a rush from that guy sending me $2, whatever it was, to fighting the UFC. Like, the rush of me competing and fighting is done now. I've done it so many times, or I did it so many times. I don't have this. There's no adrenaline there for me now. I get it from something else. So I'm saying, you're 7 years in, consistency with YouTube. Obviously, you've added on all these other businesses and things. But how do you try and keep consistent with that? You know, what do you think is the riding force? Because now you got money. You could probably chill. You could probably, you know what I mean? What keeps you, like you said, killing yourself every day?
I don't know if I could live with myself, because when we moved into the villa, I had a moment in my head where there was one voice in my head that was like, you did it, bro. Like, you got the house. You have more than you'll ever need, right? There's no real purpose to you could actually relax now, and it could be feasible. Obviously not like stop everything, but you could bring everything down to 50%, and with that extra 50%, you could spend it with Julia or travel more and just like enjoy life and not worry so much.